Welcome to our Bestof Redditor updates, where today's story is so disturbing it feels like it belongs in a psychological thriller. This time, Arp's husband doesn't just betray her, he completely shatters her world. Our story starts with a 34-year-old woman who went over to her 24-year-old co-worker Kate's house for what was supposed to be a heart-to-heart. The tension in the air was so thick it could be sliced. Kate eventually told her that she came across two videos on an adult site that looked exactly like OP. OP immediately denied it, but Kate insisted, and when they watched the footage together, OP was horrified. It was her. Two videos, one 7 minutes long, the other 4, filmed in her old bedroom. OP was completely rattled. She'd never recorded herself being intimate with anyone, especially not her husband. But there she was, in full view. Though her mind screamed that her husband couldn't possibly have done this, the evidence kept pointing back to him. She left Kate's place in a full-blown mental spiral. When she got home, she tore through everything, and eventually found the hidden spy cam her husband had used to record her during their most private moments. She collapsed, physically sick and emotionally shattered. OP is a fully veiled, devout Muslim woman who had only ever been with her husband. To her, this wasn't just a betrayal. It was desecration. In total panic and grief, she locked herself in their bedroom and pretended to be sick with COVID. She started researching how to get the videos removed but quickly learned the horrifying truth. Once something hits the internet, it's almost impossible to scrub clean. Meanwhile, her husband casually tried to cheer her up with her favorite food like he hadn't just ruined her life. The audacity. She knew she had to tell someone, her family. But the shame, the devastation, it was paralyzing. She added some clarifying context. She and her husband shared the same religion, race, and nationality. While her culture doesn't practice honor killings, her family would absolutely support a divorce, and probably demand it. She was veiled by choice, and she made it clear, she planned to take him to court. 2 weeks later, she posted an update. True to her word, she left. While her husband was at work, she hired movers, packed her things, and left. She cried the entire time, so much that even the movers got worried. She went to her parents and told her entire family what happened. Her elderly parents didn't understand the concept of adult videos or the internet, but her siblings? They were furious. Together, they all confronted her husband when he got back from work. At first, he denied everything. But when her brothers cornered him, he caved. He admitted he had a passionate hugging addiction and was depressed. He claimed he only posted a few videos, somewhere between 5 to 8. They demanded he take them down, but by then, the damage was done. Who knows how many people downloaded or shared them? It didn't stop there. OP discovered he had a secret phone and had been cheating with random women and sex workers. All this time, while she thought he was working late, he was betraying her in every possible way. Then, in the middle of all this chaos, he managed to sneak off and call his mother. She arrived with his brothers and cousins and made a scene about the mistreatment of her son. But when they found out what he'd actually done, his mother fainted. She's in poor health, so they called an ambulance. And just as the paramedics arrived, the police showed up. Why? Because OP had slapped him. And even though he didn't want to press charges, she was arrested. She spent the night in jail and got released the next morning. She went back to her parents and just cried, for herself, for her destroyed trust, and for her shattered world. A few days later, she met with lawyers who specialized in non-consensual intimate content. They helped her press charges and start the divorce process. She got tested at a clinic. Thankfully, she was clean. She even had a talk with her mother-in-law, who apologized and begged her not to take matters into her own hands but to let the law handle it. OP agreed. Meanwhile, her ex kept calling her from random numbers, trying to manipulate and lie his way back into her life. She documented everything and made sure everyone, even the kids in the family, knew what he had done. 3 months later, she posted another update. Things had gotten even worse. She had to quit her job, a job she loved, because her presence became a danger to the children and staff. Not because of her actions, but because of the harassment she faced due to her husband's leak. Men started catcalling her, making disgusting offers. One even groped her outside her dentist's office. People, random strangers, started calling her, her workplace, and her family just to verbally abuse her. Her husband had posted every single detail about her online: address, emails, phone numbers. Her whole life became public domain for perverts and trolls. Although most people, classmates, colleagues, neighbors, family, offered support, the ones who sided with her husband were the loudest and the most dangerous. And then came the most chilling revelation yet. Her lawyers discovered that he had been drugging and assaulting her while she slept. She suffers from migraines and insomnia, so she regularly takes medication. Her husband used that very medication to sedate her, and then filmed her. Even worse, he bragged about it on online forums, where other predators encouraged him. Later, he changed his story and told people she knew about the cameras, that she had pressured him into posting the videos. Some people actually believed him. Then came the court case. He did press charges against her for the slap after all. But her lawyers presented his own texts and recordings where he admitted she hadn't hit him hard and that he only pressed charges to hurt her. The judge saw through him and dismissed the case. His actual crimes? Still under investigation. 5 months later, she returned with one final update. Her life was still in shambles. He was still dragging out the divorce, refusing to cooperate, constantly switching lawyers. His criminal lawyer also dropped him, so everything, divorce, trial, was getting delayed again and again. Then, tragedy struck. Arp's father passed away. Her mother, now in hospice, was close to following him. During the funeral reception, while OP was cleaning up alone, her ex-husband cornered her. She was too emotionally drained to chase him off, so she let him speak. He tried to explain himself, how he always felt inferior to her. She made more money, had better education, traveled more, was more confident. What initially attracted him to her, he said, eventually became what he resented most. He claimed he wanted a submissive, stay-at-home wife, even though he knew that wasn't who she was. He confessed that his addictions, his depression, and his ego made him want to punish her for being better than him. She asked him directly, "So you did all this because you felt small next to me?" He exploded, shouting. Rage. The truth hurt too much, even for him. He went on and on, for 3 hours, justifying his actions. Blaming her confidence. Blaming her independence. Blaming everything but himself. At the end of it, it all boiled down to one thing: his need to control, humiliate, and break her. Because she had the audacity to be more than he ever could. This man didn't just betray her trust, he tried to erase her dignity. And she's still standing. To OP, you are brave. You are powerful. And we're rooting for you.